Hello, hello, hello. Twisty Free here again. And I think it's probably gonna be the um depending on how tired I am, which I am a bit tired now. I'm not, we'll see what happens. But anyway. So this is again basically a redo in a way of basically mainly new thumbnail for the Rhea Ripley story. Again, like some of the other ones. So this one is breaking all the rules. In this case, it's Chris Corino x Rhea Ripley. So some information about yourself: names Chris Corino, 23 years old, 6'6", 245 pounds. He has long hair, short beard, muscular body, has tattoos, and the tattoos are, as you can see here, like a tiger with roses on one arm, lion on the other arm, that sickened Ronin or some looking piece on his back. Tattoos like on his chest. Family. Fortunately, both mother and father are deceased. Older brother's 26. Mother father figures are Becky and Saffron since Chris signed with the Performance Center at 18. Built from, and I put it as Adelaide, South Australia. Kind of funny thinking about it. But you reside in Tampa Bay, Florida. Your pets, you have a 4-year-old Australian cattle dog by the name of Moose, a 2-year-old Shar Pei named Tyrus, and a 1-year-old Dachshund named Sydney. So that's Moose, Tyrus, and Sydney. Don't know why I forgot that name for a second. Accomplishments: 3-time NXT champion, 2-time North American champion, two-time tag team champion once with Pete Dunne, 1 time with John Gargano. So ring gears like some ripped up jeans, tank top, boots, this kind of cool jacket for the entrance. Got crow-like eyeliner for to intimidate my opponents for matches. A Raven's Caw used at the start of this theme, and there we go. So draft night. Is that it, Sherry? After almost 2 years, that's it? I know I fucked up again, babe, but please give me another chance. I can't. This is the third time you cheat on me, and believe it, you've done it this time with Cameron. I can't do this with you anymore. Fine, but let me tell you now. That's gonna be a while until we forget each other. I know. You kissed Dakota one last time before you both parted ways and immediately started deleting photos and videos of you and Dakota together. But I'm only leaving the memories that made you happy when you're at the airport and about to fly back home. 3 days later at home, you wake up to one of your dogs licking your face. When you open your eyes, you see Moose when you smile and pat his head. Good morning to you too, boy. You then got up and went to the bathroom, brushed your teeth, combed your hair before you went downstairs and went to make your breakfast. Once you finished, you had to get on a Zoom meeting with Triple H to talk about the next move in your career. Only to find your dachshund, Sydney, sing on the keyboard, and you start taking a video. Do you not want Daddy on the computer? Can I? No? You did a couple more attempts to reach the mouse until you gave in and began patting her. This is good? Is this good? Aw, she wants loving. Sydney yawned before you stopped the video and posted it to your social media. Picked up Sydney and put her on your lap before you logging into the Zoom call. Triple H came up on the screen with Stephanie. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Hunter. How are you both this morning? It's going well so far. How about yours? Oh, mine's the wake up call from Moose. It's been alright so far. Are they around? Moose and Tyrus are here somewhere, but I've Sydney with me. He held up Sydney to the screen as Stephanie waved hi to her before the three of you discussed the business to come for your storyline. After a few minutes, the meeting was coming to an end when Hunter and Stephanie were about to bring up what your upcoming storylines will be. How do you feel about coming up to the main roster? Are you sure I'm ready? Absolutely. Chris, you're a 3-time NXT champion and have had an incredible run in NXT. We think you're ready. We can discuss what happens when you get drafted. We'll see you soon for the first round of the draft this Friday on SmackDown. Thanks, you guys. Once the Zoom call finished, he sat sitting down on the floor and went to feed her. Moose and Tyrus went to feed her. Moose and Tyrus were pouring food into their bowls when they started to eat and they were starting to work out. So now you're at SmackDown. You arrived at SmackDown when you walked into the arena and immediately found the people you were looking for. There he is. Come here, Chris. Becky ran up and hugged you, as did Seth. Ready to get drafted? We can only hope. How's the little one? You continue to talk with Seth and Becky while the three of you were being eyed by two other women. He looks familiar. He should be. He lost NXT title recently, you remember? And that's Shotzi. Must be getting his call up tonight, too. More than likely. Still hurt over the breakup? Not really. I've learned to live without Dimitri after this last month. It's just good to get a fresh start and focus on everything here. Well put, Demi. Shall we go prepare for tonight? Yeah, let's do it. Maybe talk to Chris afterwards too. Rhea looked back at you before her and Shotzi went to go do their warm ups while you kept talking with Seth and Becky. Showtime. The drafts were still going on when Stephanie stepped behind the podium. SmackDown's next draft pick comes from NXT. He's the three-time NXT champion and absolutely crushes and dominates his opponents in the ring with his deadly power driver. SmackDown selects Chris Corino. The crowd went nuts when your music played and your digitals came up on the screen before the cameras went back to Stephanie. Now that Chris is here, let's see what he's made of when he faces Baron Corbin right now. Baron's theme played when he walked out and did his usual poses and heel roll before your theme started playing and Baron was in the ring when you walked out. You did your pose and pirate went off when you walked to the ring. So high fives to fans, get in the ring, take off your jacket, and then you and Baron immediately start throwing punches at each other. 10 minutes later, Baron tried to go for the end of the days. So when he was about to slam you until you landed your feet and countered him, pick him up, and use your 6 feet under you move 6 feet under to pile drive Baron and pin him to get a 3 count and win the match. When you arrived backstage, you walked towards catering and you found another familiar face. Chris, over here, honey. Ashley, I didn't know you were here. You and Shotzi hugged and she kissed your cheek when the two of you started talking until you looked over and saw a woman with short blonde hair and tattoos on her left hand and forearm. I don't think you met her, Chris. This is Demi. Demi, this is Chris. Yeah, I remember watching you throughout your run in NXT. As do I. Congrats on getting drafted here. You too. Anyway, I like to stay and chat. Think we're fine. Why does this? God damn it! Why does this keep fucking happening? Anyways, we'll talk later. Rhea patted your shoulder as she went to go do her match while you and Shotzi started chatting with each other. No, Dakota, we're not together anymore. A car cheating with Trevor. As in Cameron Grimes? Yep, now that she's out of my life, I got more important things to care about, like Victoria and my dogs. Do you miss her at all? No, but I'm already ready to move on, but I know it's too early to start a relationship with someone else. I'm sure someone will come along in your life. For now, I'll let you shower up and we'll go somewhere after the show. Sounds good. See you afterwards. So I will say, I try to remember. I think it's next chapter. The explicit stuff with Payne Royce, I'm gonna kind of gloss over a bit. I'm gonna mainly kind of get into it when it comes to Rhea and whatnot. Like I'll read that bit much. Anyways, you and Shotzi parted ways as you went to go shower and change into your street clothes. After the show finished, you, Shotzi, and Rhea all went to a local pub with Seth and Becky and ordered a couple rounds where all of you were busting out, laughing at each other's jokes and stories. After an hour hanging out and enjoying each other's company, Seth and Becky had to leave as you hugged them both and they left their share of payment for their drinks. Before they said goodbye, before Shotzi excused herself to use the bathroom, leaving just you and Rhea. You're really close with Rebecca and Colby, aren't you? Yeah, they took the roles of my mother and father figures from when I started WWE. After my parents were killed in a car accident, they both took me under their wing and I immediately was accepted by them. Cute. I wish I had people like them on the road with me at all times. Don't you, though? Not quite. Not after my ex broke up with me. Demetri Jackson? Precisely. How'd you know? I was one of the many people to see the headline that you and him aren't together anymore. The headline would get out there that quick. What about you? Dakota Kai. Really? I never knew you two were dating. We wanted to keep it a secret. Didn't want leeches snooping in on us 24/7 like that turd the douche flew in his mouth over there. He slightly pointed to the paparazzi taking pictures with the phone in one hand and a vape in his mouth when he looked down after you caught him, which made Rhea chuckle. You know he's going to post that one way or another, you know that. Let him. It'll just be more rumors for me to blast down. You and Rhea shared a laugh until she mistakenly put her hand on top of yours, which made you confused a bit until Shotzi came back. What I miss? Nothing special. Yeah, just another paparazzi with a douche flute. you and you Shotzi and Riel shared a laugh for paying for the booze, and the three of you went back to each other's hotel rooms. Meanwhile, Rhea and Shotzi were sharing a room together and were talking about you. I got to talk with Chris a little bit while you're taking a piss, and he seems to be a decent fellow. Yeah, me and him met when we were all still in XT. You and I hadn't met yet, but Chris and I always hung out with each other whether it was before, or after, or during shows. Me and him became inseparable after Takeover one year. Have you both? Yeah, but only once because we were in love for a bit. But we just remain friends up to this day. Wow, what's he like? That's for me to know and for you to find out. You're lucky that you're one of my good friends, or I'd tidy you up and torch those answers out of you. Good luck with that, because we take pain on a daily basis. All right, a week later, you came out of your locker room with your ring gear on when you sat down alone in catering, where a group of women walked in and started noticed that you're by yourself when they sat down at our table. What do you think he's into? Whatever his interests are, they must be dark. Easy there, girls. He just got out of a breakup. Aw, but he's so hot. How about a bet? $5 on whoever sleeps in first. You're on. What am I going to do with you two? Billy went first and sat down with you before Rhea and Shotzi came in. Jeez, all the single girls want him here. They must have heard about his breakup. Well, you did tell me that he was already ready to move on since Dakota cheated on him for a third time. Whoa, whoa, whoa! She cheated on him 3 times. Yep, first one was with Damian Priest. Second one was when Lorcan and Cameron Rhines was the last one. I don't know why you didn't dump her after she cheated on him with Damian. Two saw Billy get up from her seat when Payne went over and started talking to you. That's awful. Poor guy's probably still a little unsure what happens next if he goes with either of those women. You'd be surprised on Chris's interest. He's always up to trying something new and is interested in a lot of badass women. Shotzi hid in towards Rhea on what her likes are until they go over and saw you give Payne your phone number. Oh well, we'll see what happens. You like him, don't you? I like him since I met him. He looks like the right guy for me after a book with Dimitri. With Chris, I see something different about him, but I'm not going to get any further than I already am with him if he keeps fucking other beautiful women from pro wrestling. Shotzi sat down with her on her bed. I know it sounds like that right now, but Cassie's only a one night stand for him. Chris is an open minded and generous guy, unlike his character inside the ring. Yes, he gets a lot of beautiful women, but you're someone different from him. In fact, he was looking for you just before the show today. He wants to ask you on a date, Demi. He thinks that you really can help him bounce back after Dakota. Also, he really likes Australian and New Zealand girls a lot. You went to the theater and purchased tickets for movies when you saw Shotzi and Rhea walk up. There you guys are. Hey there, big guy. You and Shotzi hugged until you noticed Rhea, in which you were mesmerized by her look, and she surprisingly hugged you. I, why have I like when I initially saw the story? I never knew this was a real photo. But yeah, like why? She looks so good. What the fuck? Sorry, is that weird to say that? Like she looks amazing. Like what the? I want to see mommy. Lucky would wear that shit too. Period. No, it can't be. It was so to say. Damn, man, she's looking good. This is really working for me. Well, Demi, you look amazing tonight. Thanks for sharing that. Shall we then? Afterwards, after countless times Rhea held your hand and clung on to you throughout the movie, the final jump scare came as the film ended and the audience applauded before the theater began piling out as you, Rhea, and Shotzi all made your way to the lobby. That movie had uncomfortable fatalities that were a little intense, even for me. I'll say, I couldn't believe how gory yet brilliant on the actors' performances. I can agree. Anyways, I gotta use the ladies' room. I'll let you two get acquainted. Shotzi giggles that it was just you and Rhea. How's things been since we last talked? It's been the usual same routine for me. Get up, work out, travel, eat, right? Nightly walk with the dogs, back to sleep, usual stuff, you know? I see. Sounds like my daily routine. Gotta do whatever to keep the fangirls happy. Same with me with the fanboys. You and Rhea talked for a little bit more until Shotzi came out and the three of you exited the theater and joked around a bit more until you had to leave when you were starting to walk to your car. Come on, it's now or never, Demi. Chris! Yeah? Rhea walked up to you and looked a little nervous to ask you what you wanted. I was curious if you aren't doing anything after the show tomorrow night. Not really why. I was wondering if you wanted to go out with me somewhere afterwards and grab a bite somewhere. It's a date. I'll see you tomorrow night, Demi. You kissed her cheek, which caught her by surprise before you walked away and she walked back to Demi. Or, sorry, the Shotzi. There you go. Now you got yourself a date with Chris. It took a while, but yep. Come on, let's go back to our room, and we'll find you something to wear tomorrow night. By the looks of Chris, I saw on him tonight. He doesn't look too picky and looks good on me. Though I'll have to get him to want you more when we're after. The next night, SmackDown ended after you won your match against Sami Zayn. You're currently in your locker room and had showered up before you got your suit on when you shook your hair back and combed until you heard a knock. Come in. You got your shirt on when the door opened. Becky and Seth walk in. Look at you looking sharp and gothic at the same time. Becky helped you adjust your collar before you put your coat on. Overall, how do I look? Excellent. Who's the lucky lady? Demi? As in Rhea Ripley? Was it Ashley that helped you out? More like Demi herself. She looked really nervous to ask, though. I knew that feeling when Becky and I got together. She obviously likes you, Chris. I know you just broke up with Sherry, but try not to mess this one up. And no one night stand like Cassie was. I take it Ashley told you, didn't she? Becky and Seth nodded as Becky kissed your cheek. Good luck tonight, lad. You're gonna need it. Yep, have fun. But no, when she wants to kiss you, she's either gonna be forever for you or just another date. He nodded and kissed Becky's cheek and bro hugged Seth before you went to the parking lot and revved up your motorcycle. Meanwhile, Rhea put on her shoes and she looked in the mirror and showed off to Shotzi. How do I look? Beautiful. He'll be all over you by the end of tonight. I'll take your word for it. Rhea then felt her phone buzz when she received a text from you that you're ready. He's in the parking lot. Okay, take a deep breath and get ready. Both women took a deep breath before they both walked to the parking lot to find you waiting by your motorcycle, which caught them both by surprise and was turning Rhea on a little bit. Good evening, ladies. Shall we, Demi? Let's go. Rhea got on the back of the motorcycle and you gave her the spare helmet and you put yours on when you started the motorcycle, kicked up the kickstand, and you and Demi waved goodbye to Shotzi and you both rode into the night. Treat her right, Chris. Good luck. Later, you and Rhea were talking and laughing at each other's jokes, and you two were already connecting perfectly, and it felt like you two knew each other for a long time. As you both ate, the conversation got deeper when both of you brought up your family and past relationships. I told you before that my parents were killed in a car accident, but I still have my older brother, and even though he's living a life of his own, his own family and everything, at least you still got a full-blooded family member to talk with if you need to. True, what about you? For now, it's just me and my dog, two dogs, Barry and Luna. It's the same way with me and my three dogs. You then showed a picture of all three of your dogs. We could probably introduce them to Barry and Luna if that's cool with you. They'd like that. They're always looking for new friends to play with. You and Rhea talked about each other's pets for a little bit until she brought up Dakota. just curious, was Dakota really hiding her cheating method well enough with all three of them? In more ways than one. First two she kept secret, but I caught her with Cameron when I caught them kissing outside her locker room. Sure enough, I knew she was cheating on me, and she came clean right there after I put a boot up Cameron's ass. So I packed up my shit, got me a plane ticket back to Tampa, and headed home. Still, that's awful the way she left you. Me and Dimitri thought it would be best for us not to see each other anymore because he had to deal with personal issues. He had his moments to where he would be aggressive and he didn't want to hurt me, so we decided to call it off for after almost 3 years. Understandable. After you paid for the food, you and Rhea got on your motorcycle again, and when you took her to a gothic nightclub and started ordering booze. I usually don't do nightclubs, but this is a cool place. Neither, but whatever's Doth, Guards, and Gothic will do for me. The booze came by and the two of you started dancing drinks and shots until a song came on that both of you like so much. I love this song. You and her looked at each other in surprise as it went into the first verse when you offered your hand. Dance floor? Why not? Once arriving to the floor, Rhea wrapped her arms around your neck and you held onto her waist as the song continued to play. Afterwards, the two of you looked into each other's eyes until you felt a shiver go up your spine when she gave you a lustful look in your eyes until she pulled a surprise when her lips touched yours. Want to get out of here? Let's do it. You and Rhea then paid for the drinks, went back to your motorcycle, and rode back to the hotel you were both staying in. When the two of you arrived to your room, Rhea took off her shoes. Come here, you. Rhea then pounced on you, which led to the bed, and the two of you started to make out while exploring each other's bodies until Rhea went for your shirt, as you did for her top, until both pieces of clothing came off, and she was surprised at your ink work. Wow, look at all that ink. More hot. You got any? You got any? Other than those on your arm, hand and arm? Only one way to find out. Rhea winked when she took off her pants and showed off her half-leg sleeves, which that she had concealed or tonight, which started to get you a little hot until Rhea was just in her bra and underwear. She went back for more of your lips as the two of you were making out again. After a few minutes, you and Rhea looked into each other's eyes until you both realized what you two were doing. Are we going too fast? Yeah, I didn't know what it was, but it's obvious that we like each other. No question about it, but it was our only first date. I say we should wait on sex. You read my mind, but I just want to give you a little peek of what I've got to give you. Me too, and thanks for that. Rhea giggled until both of you sat down on the bed together on the bed, and began to talk about each other's tattoos until it was getting really late, and you two went and stood outside her room after she got her clothes back on. Thank you so much for tonight, Chris. I had a great time. Me too. Are you up for another one before or after show soon? Absolutely. I'll see you when we get to Tampa. See you then. Dogs are gonna have fun with their new friends. Hopefully. Anyways, I'll see you soon. You and Rhea kissed passionately until you both broke the kiss, and she went back to her room, and he closed the door to yours and turned off the lights and went to sleep. Meanwhile, Rhea got inside her room and found Shotzi asleep, and she quietly got ready for bed when she showered, got her nightwear on before climbing into her bed as well. A week later, you and Rhea had gone on two more dates after some tour stops in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Atlanta, Georgia, and we're really getting to know each other more and more by the day. Today, you were getting the house ready for Rhea's visit while the dogs were running around the house and playing with each other. Moose and Tyrus were playing tug of war with one of the rope toys while Sydney was barking like she was the referee until you stepped in and started pulling the toy away from them. Okay, good boys. You too, Sydney. You then sat on the floor as Moose, Tyrus, and Sydney all ran up again, licking your face while you're laughing and petting them. And they're making happy grunts as you rub their bellies until you hear the doorbell rings and the dogs all ran up and started barking again. You open the door to find Rhea with her two dogs, one in each arm, when the two of you kissed and you let her in as the dogs began to inspect her and her dogs began to inspect you. They all seem nice. Yeah, they typically all get along with new people. Moose and Tyre sat down and you picked up Sydney when she inspected Rhea, and then when she wagged her tail while Rhea sat Barry down to introduce to Moose and Tyrus, and the three of them immediately started bonding when they ran around the house, and Sydney and Luna got along themselves when they started to play with each other. Look at them getting along so fast. Luna usually doesn't get along with the other dogs that fast. Yeah, Moose is the same way with other male dogs because he's used to being the dominant one of the pack. You make it sound like you're a dog whisperer. It's cute. Got along one way or another. You and Rhea then got all the dogs leashed up and you took them to the nearby park, let them run around with each other while you and Rhea played fetch with them until you two started talking about the past dates. So, how was this last week for you with the dates? Absolutely perfect. I'm going to be honest and say that I couldn't stop thinking about the first date with you and how beautiful it was. What about when oh yeah, about that. Yes, it was our first date, but we knew it was a right call not to do it. Although another part of me wanted to see what you were made of. You chuckled again. Rhea Ripley, are you flirting with me? Nothing wrong with a little tease, right? Rhea then grabbed your cheeks and planted a small kiss on your lips until the two of you looked deep into each other's eyes. What are we? I guess we're boyfriend and girlfriend? I like the sound of that. Me too. The dogs all came back and laid down to rest when you and Rhea got them some water, then drank it all before you and her walked them back to your house. They ran inside as you and her sat on the couch before you two decided to watch Young Frankenstein when you're about to put your arm around her. Is this okay? We're together now. No need to ask. You smirked as she nuzzled herself under your arm. And Sydney, Luna, and Barry joined the two of you on the couch while Moose and Tires lay down on the floor while you both watched the movie. I don't know what chapter I stopped at initially. Maybe it was it Two Birds One Stone? I'm not sure. I'm gonna say probably, so let's see. One, two, three, four, five. I'm gonna say seven at least chapters. I think is what I'm gonna try to go to. Three. Okay, so author notes. Smiley waits in this chapter. So this is the one I'm gonna get a little more explicit with. It was just the pain one. Henry's one I wasn't. 3 weeks later, Yuri's and Rhea's relationship was causing a storm in the social media world, with fans freaking out with joy on both of you getting together. During that time, you both had gone a few more dates and you had more play dates with the dogs, and were getting to know each other more and more by days. You both were able to see each other. You're currently working out when you helped her set the weight back on the rack, and the two of you fist bumped. We're going to be one buff couple, as long as it makes us feel good. We'll be ready for tonight, the next night, and all the others. You said it, Demi. Shall we then? After your last set, I want to see you if you can beat your own record. You're on. You lay down on the bench as Rhea spawned over you, and you lifted the bar that held 220 pounds when you got to 9 reps until you struggled with the last one. Rhea was about to help until you gathered the strength to lift it and do the final rep and set back yourself when you stood up and began to clean the bench. Good? Great. Here, let's get a picture for the gram. You and Rhea did a couple poses and posted it before the two of you gathered all your belongings, left the gym to Rhea's house in Orlando due to SmackDown having a show there. Later, you were currently in the shower until you heard a door creak open a bit until you felt some hands massaging your back. When you turned to see a fully nude Rhea, which made her grin after she saw your surprised look. We've been together this long. I think it's the time we get a good look at what we're dealing with. Scrub my God. Scrub my back and I'll scrub yours. Maybe somewhere else too if you're a good boy. Sorry. Rhea giggled and turned around when the both of you started to scrub each other's backs, and both of you were practically showering together until both of you stopped and looked deep into each other's eyes. Oh, freeze frame. What's going to happen next? However hot can I get you? Rhea then grabbed onto your chick and began to stroke it. Holy shit, Debbie. You and Rhea began to make out, where you two were feeling each other up and down each other's bodies until Rhea got down on her knees and looked up at you. Just enjoy this. It's been for me. Rhea then put your dick in her mouth and began to suck on it while the water from the shower rained down on the two of you until you turned it off and felt a tingle when Rhea coated your dick with her throat. Jesus. After almost 10 minutes, you were both all wet as you two quickly dried up, and you carried a nude Rhea to the bed and she laid her down. And she looked up at you and gave you a nod when you slid inside her while she let all him on when you started to thrust into her. After an hour filled sex, you felt real wrap her legs around your waist when you came inside her, and the both of you let out a grunt of pleasure until you pulled out of her, and she put your dick back in her mouth and sucked it before she began to stroke it fast until you came in her mouth, and she swallowed it before you fell into the sheets next to her. Wow, you're good. You're better. Now I know what Ashley was talking about. She told you, didn't she? Just a bit. I get it. You two are in love a bit, and being in a relationship with your best friend can be a little awkward sometimes. It happens. Guess so. You and Rhea then felt both your stomachs rumbling. I don't know about you, but us fucking each other sure gave me an appetite. Me too. I know a good place around here. You probably know that I sponsor on the gram all the time. You and Rhea kissed and both got your clothes on before Rhea took you to the younger girl down the street from her house. After you got your eyeliner on, you do your pre-match stretches until Rhea came over at Shotzi and showed off her ring gear for you. Look at you getting to fourth base, Chris. He was rough, but I like it rough. You can tell he wants to do it right here. What makes you think that? Because you're blushing so much right now? She's not lying, Chris. Whatever, anyways, I got a match to do. You kissed Rhea and went to go do your match against the Street Profits with your mystery tag team partner. So, what partner is White Danger? Ba 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 da da. After Becky and Seth left with Rue and Wyatt and Tony also left, you went to the bedroom to find Rhea laying on the bed in nothing but a tank top and her underwear, showing off her half leg tattoo sleeves. Wow. I have one final present for you, but I'm just a part of it. What's the other one? Rhea lightly pointed to a doorway when you turned to see Shotzi in her bra and underwear. Merry Christmas indeed, huh, Chris? You nodded when Shotzi took your hand and guided you to the bed and laid you down as you began to make out with the two women when Shotzi got your shirt off while Rhea went for your pants. Come on, Ash. Let's get ourselves a bit of a taste of this lolly. Looks amazing. Eep. Both girls laughed when they went down to your dick and began to lick and suck on it slow, but eventually started to go faster and faster. Once finished, Rhea took off her panties, sat on your dick, while Shotzi also took off her panties and sat on your face, and began to tongue Shotzi while Rhea sat on your dick. Holy shit, Chris. You know what the fuck? Oh, yes, tongue me, Chris. Fucking tongue me like you. You switched back and forth between both Rhea and Shotzi when you slid in and out of their vaginas until they both got on their knees and you came into their mouths. Wow, I can't remember the last time we did that, Ash. Glad you could join us, Ash. You were fun. Rhea and Shotzi kissed one last time. Glad you guys let me in on this. Honestly, Chris, you fucking paid and inspired us to do this for you. Jeez, that's getting all over the locker room. Rhea kissed you. Not all over the locker room, just the people that are closest to you. Thanks for inviting me, you guys. Is it cool if I stay for the night? Of course. We'll invite you again soon. All right, girls, enough about that. I'm tired. Yeah, we'll give you more snoozer tomorrow, Chris. I'll be waiting. Merry Christmas, Demi and Ashley. Merry Christmas, Chris. You kissed Rhea and Shotzi before all three of you fell asleep in each other's arms. Why the hell do I love that so much? Anyways, that's gonna be it, I think, for now for this part. Hope you all enjoyed and see you all next time.